Coming up. Oh, tarpon on. Sight fishing tarpon on the paddleboard. Oh yeah. Come on, we gotta hope this thing sticks. Just watched him suck that thing in through that pokey a little bit away from him. He swam right over to it. Woo! There's a little shark. All right, John. John from Live Watersports and Phil and all the guys in the shop. This is my first fish on the board, first real fish. Got this little snook, but those didn't count because this is what I got the board for. I got the board for big tarpon in the surf. This is a fish over 100 pounds. And I sight fished him. First tarpon I've ever sight fished from the paddleboard. He thumped it. Look at him right there in this clear water. He's coming up for a roll. He might give us a jump. He might give us a jump. On the new Transformers rod I just built. Oh shit! Oh! Still there, still there. Bow to the king. All right, Zach. Zach, this is your call. It's time for you to get up here. I'm gonna upload this. Hopefully I got a fish to show you at the end of the video. But if not, just that first 30 seconds of the fight is where the best time is. You get them that eat and all those crazy jumps. So much power. Oh my God. So a lot of times if I'm trying to put a lot of pressure on the fish, I'll tie my bait bucket up to the cast net rope and throw that overboard to really put the heat to them. Because that can add a couple more pounds of pressure. Right now I'm fishing 50-pound braid to 50-pound fluorocarbon leader with a circle hook. It's a, I think it's a 5 or 7.0 or something like that. I think it's a 7.0. Might be a little smaller. They're my snook hooks. I haven't got tarpon hooks yet. Not a bad fish to be the first fish I've ever hooked up on my brand new rod. Woo! It's like normally I put a lot more pressure on them. This is my first fish of the season. I can't go hard. I gotta land them. I still got that line trolling out the back. Hopefully nothing hits that. I've had that happen before too. This is like the slow part of the battle. This is like most of the fight of a tarpon. This is what you got. Slow, tug of war. Just got to be patient and wear them out and then revive them and get them set free. Should do a couple more jumps though. A lot of times you think they're done and there he is. There he is coming up. He's coming up for some air. There he goes. A little burst of energy. Oh yeah! Look at these jumps! Oh! Woo! Silver King! Oh, it's taking us right offshore, which is fine with me. Because I've had them run me into the surf before. That is definitely no good. Much rather have them out here half mile or however far out they drag you. Just make sure you don't lose your paddle while you're fighting without realizing it. Otherwise you got a real long, annoying paddle back with your hands. It's my Optimus rod. Optimus Prime. Holding them there. Starting to get a little tired, I think. interchangeable butt system, which actually ended up not fitting in my rod holder, so I gotta modify it a little. We'll get that butt screwed back on there. There he is, right up top, 30 feet out. It's gonna come up and get a little more air, I bet. Oh, there he goes. Oh my God, that was amazing sight fishing this thing. Pitched the bait right at him. No hesitation. If you guys want to do this, I'm running charters for this summer. You can supply your own paddleboard or kayak. The board I'm using is the Live Watersports board. It's the 12-foot model, or 12.6 actually. There he goes. If you don't have a paddleboard or a kayak, I can supply one for you. Really, you do have to have some experience though. You can't just come out your first day ever on a kayak or paddleboard and expect to be able to do this. Borrow a board, get a board, buy your own board, do something, take it out in the river, practice on it, or a lake, or wherever you live near. And once you get really comfortable on the board, that's when you give me a call and tell me you want to catch fish. I mean, sharks are almost always a given. That's more like the bycatch. We're not really targeting them, but a lot of times we do get sharks doing this. But this is the prize right here. This is definitely what we go after. There's also a chance of kingfish, cobia, bonita, big jacks. Like I said, lots of sharks. But #1 target right here. Big ol' 100+ pound tarpon. And honestly, most of the fish are going to be over 100 pounds. I had some last year that had to be close to 2. He seems to be hooked well. That's probably the way to jinx it by saying that, but I'm just going to keep going easy with him. That was the closest he let me get to him. And now he's just digging down, sucking mud. Thing I cast yesterday, one of the booths, I can't remember the name of the reel, but they're a jigging reel they make. They had this little machine in front of their booth where it's like a virtual fishing experience. You hold the rod and it has like some kind of little winch system in there. This is what it was like. It's just a never-ending battle. Called it level 5 bluefin tuna is what they call it. That's the highest one. And a bunch of friends we all got over there. We had Matt Budd over there and Zach from Catch 'em All and Joey from Joey Slayham. I'm sure a lot of other people did it too. That's just who was doing it while I was there. And then a whole Juneau crew. If you guys were there, feel free to give yourself a shout out. I didn't really get to meet y'all. But yeah, this is pretty much what it felt like. Fighting against a machine that just is programmed not to stop, just programmed to work you. And that's what these things do through all their crazy power. Alright, so we're about half a mile off now. We hooked them just outside the breakers. I'm looking to end it kind of soon, preferably in my favor, by pulling up a nice big old tarpon onto the paddleboard. Not all the way, of course, because that's mean to the fish, but we'll get his head up, try to get a nice picture. I'm filming with my action hat. A guy named Rex makes these. I don't know if you were at ICAST. If you were, I missed you. And then I accidentally called Willie Lee Rex. Sorry, Willie. There he is. Look at that thing. Look at him. Look at him. Look at that beast! That's a 100-pound fish. Easy. Easy 100-pound fish. 5 foot or so. This is where it's going to get crazy. Oh, God. He's going back behind us where my other rod is. Got to crank it in. Look at that other bait just spiraling in on the surface. Oh, it's all tangled. Alright, screw that for now. Focus on this and deal with that if we got to. You get my attention, tarpon. We'll worry about the stupid rod out there. We have to. He's coming up again. Look at him. Look at him! He's a beast! Gosh, she's going back by that thing again. It's because it was just dragging for so long, it just got all spun up. But we're getting it. We're getting it. That one was out for kingfish. There we go, just like that, perfect. All right, I lost a lot of line on him right there. Hopefully we get to gain it back. Look, there's a bunch of bait in front of us, or is that tarpon? Maybe jacks, it's not bait, it's big fish. Moving out that way, it looks like big jacks. There's a lot of life out here when we got all this warm water. Lots of pogies on the beach. There he is, coming up. Along with the, there he goes, oh, he didn't like that. Along with the pogies, there's pilchards and thread fins. And then we will get glass minnows too. I just haven't seen them yet, but I haven't been out every day, so I may have missed them at some point. But I'm sure the glass minnows should still be coming back. And that's interesting when the glass minnows are here, because you'll be in the middle of pogies, and all the tarpon want to eat are glass minnows. So you can present baits perfectly to them, just trolling them right around the pogie pods. But all they're eating is the little glass minnow pods that are mixed in with the pogies. So you gotta get lucky. Or throw, you can throw little spoons or little hard bait plugs. The problem you run in there is those things are meant for little mackerel and stuff like that, and the hooks can't hold up. So you gotta try to find a spoon that you can upgrade the hook on, put like a 5 or 7/0 J hook. That way you're not going to bend it out. I mean, 2-pound mackerel ain't exactly putting up as big of a fight or have much weight or crazy runs behind it as one of these things do. But right now they're eating pogies, and that's what we like. Throw a pogie to their face. Man, I wish one of my buddies would come around. I saw a flats boat out here this morning. I knew the guys on that. Wish they would come around right now and I could pass the camera off to them. Let you guys see this whole board. I mean, this thing is so stable. I'm standing up fighting. Oh gosh. Standing up. Here it goes, coming up. Oh yeah. It's coming up again. Coming up again. There he goes. Oh my gosh, I might have to upload just this raw clip. Hopefully I land this thing, man. If I land this thing, I'll be so happy. I'll upload the entire, okay, he's coming towards me. If I land this thing, I will upload the entire raw fight for you guys to see just how much power, how much time. What are we at right now? 30. And I started at what, 10 seconds before the fish ate the bait? We got someone coming over here. Probably he's like, what the heck's that thing floating out there? I don't need a boat. You don't need a boat, you got paddle boards. Saturday. This is a good way to spend a Saturday. I was supposed to come out at 7 o'clock this morning. I ended up staying up late last night with my wife and some of her friends. So then I woke up and I was too tired and I turned my alarm off, and then I woke up at like 9 o'clock and I was all grumpy because I didn't go fishing when I wanted to. And I said, you know what? I know it's not super early, but I'll still give it a shot. Here he is. There he is again. Nope, don't suck that air in. Come on. We don't like that. Oh, that leader is frayed up by the knot. I should have put a longer leader. General rule of thumb, you want your leader to be longer than your fish. So if we're catching a 5-foot fish, the 3-foot leader I have on here, which was for snook fishing, isn't exactly ideal. Because as they swim, their tail just keeps hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. And even though it's fluorocarbon, it's a really hard line. It is only 50 pound, and it will eventually wear through and break off. But come on, fingers crossed. We got the big old H2O Vinyl Designs tarpon on the board, bringing us good juju. He's gonna get this thing on here. Come on, high sticking them. This rod is perfect. I bought this rod at Strike Zone, the blank, just the blank. They had a tent sale. It was like an $8 rod, a little cheap rod. I don't even know what kind it is or anything like that. I'm new to the rod building, so I'm not spending 150 bucks on a blank yet for something I'm gonna mess up trying to build. So I was like, you know what? I'll make this one. I'll make a tarpon rod. Paired it with a Pen Slammer 3, also from Strike Zone Fishing on 192 in Melbourne. It's a cool store. Go in there, talk to Sean or Jim or Joe or Matt or Billy. Any of the guys. I got some younger kids working there now for the summer. They all know what they're doing too. If you go in there, tell them Joey sent you. They'll give you 99% off. No, they won't really do that at all. But they do take care of you. They hook you up. They don't sell you stuff you don't need. They do sell you high quality product. They're not going to put your line on your reel all messed up. They know what they're doing. It's not some little rinky-dink store. It's not like you're walking into Walmart and half the people there don't know what they're talking about. Although at our Walmart, we got Nick. Nick knows what he's doing. Shout out to Nick at Walmart. Known him for a long time. I think we went to elementary school together even. But don't support the big box store. Go to your Strike Zone or Black Dog or Man Overboard or any of your local bait stores, whatever bait stores are near you, because those are the guys they make their whole livelihood off fishing. You think the store manager at your local Walmart gives a crap if you go fishing or not? Or if they change regulations and it makes it so you can't fish at certain times or something like that? So go to the people. Handler Fishing Supply too, that guy, Adrian up there. I was talking to him when I was building this rod because he builds amazing rods. And he was giving me some tips and it really helped. I got a couple little blends in it, but really happy with it. Oh, he's sucking air. He's getting real strong. See, I could go hard on him right now, reel up real tight, try to get a leader touch and call it a successful release. But we're on a paddleboard, we gotta land this thing. And it is not a good idea to land a green fish on a paddleboard because everything on the paddleboard will no longer be on the paddleboard. Knock the bucket over, knock my paddle in the water, knock another rod in the water, and I just lost 2 rods paddleboarding before I got these rod holders by Yak Attack. It's a pretty cool track system. You can move them all around. I'm still kind of figuring it out a little bit exactly how I like them or exactly how I'm going to place them, but definitely the way to go. Fully customizable. Because I troll, not many people use the paddle boards for trolling. I need a rod holder that can get hit by a fish of this caliber and handle it. And the Yak Attack, they make stuff that can hold up to that. I actually added a little bit of a safety leash on there, but I was talking to those guys at iCast too, and they got a whole different system coming out for the rods that's going to be a lot stronger for guys like me that are doing the trolling where you're putting a lot of pressure for a short period of time while you're not even holding the rod. You need your board to be able to hold the rod for you. Alright, come on. This is what it is. They just do this. I can't do anything. Okay, he's changing directions. So now I'm going to turn the rod the other way and it'll steer my board around towards him. Oh, he doesn't like that. He's an angry tarpon. Alright, I'm kind of getting lost here. Oh gosh, he's going straight down. Drop to a knee. That way I can put my rod in the water if he spins me and he doesn't stick to the line underneath the board. See, I'm barely pulling, just letting the rod do the work. It's bent, that rod doesn't want to be bent, that rod wants to be straight. So even though I'm just standing here holding it, that rod's pulling on that tarpon. Oh, this is what they do. He's almost done. If we can make it another 5 minutes, I bet we'll win. Yeah. Gosh, going on 20 minutes. I hear guys, they fight these things for over an hour in a boat, and I think that's ridiculous. I mean, maybe if you get one of the massive fish, 200 pounds, and you're on light tackle, but there's no reason to be on light tackle. An hour? Things are gonna, unless you're a charter or something, because then you're clients definitely aren't going to be putting as much pressure to the fish as you would probably want them to. So I understand that. You got to do what you can. So we're going on 20 minutes. That's a pretty long fight for me. I normally get these things whipped in about 15, 20, and this guy hasn't laid on his side once. They usually lay on their side a few times before you can actually grab them. It'd be nice if it came with a little handle on the top of their head. Just reach down, grab that handle, and get control of them. Alright, I don't even see him right now. I'm guessing I'm in probably 25 foot of water now. And I probably only have about 10 foot of visibility in the water. So he's at least 10 feet away. I mean, he's just steady taking line, but straight up and down, so can't be a whole too far from me. Alright, even though he's taking line, I'm still gaining on him too. Because each of those cranks is 5 feet. So pull up, I mean, he might be taking 2 feet, but then I'm gaining 5. I just saw a flash, so I just saw him. He's getting pretty close. Oh, I see him. You guys probably can't see him because you don't have RCI optic vision. You just have GoPro vision. I got them RCI optics. It's a local company. And they are incredibly well made sunglasses. They're comfortable. They block all the bad crap away from your eyes. Talk to them. They'll get way more technical because I'm pretty sure blocking all the bad crap isn't exactly what they do. Or isn't exactly what it's called. All I know is they block enough harmful rays with, they can block a remote. Like you hold the remote behind your sunglasses from a certain distance, you can't turn your TV off. It's kind of a cool little useless experiment, but still cool. There he is, he's coming up again. He's back on the surface, come on. No, he got the air. They get that air and it just pushes all that oxygen over their little fishy gills. It's like, right after that, they usually get a little burst of energy. Alright, we're getting close. We're getting close, but he's so big. Such a big fish. I'm out here by myself. I wish I had someone to help me land him. Look at that, it's beautiful. That is beautiful. Look at that thing. On the Live to Fish board by Live Watersports. 12.5 foot catamaran style paddleboard. It is built like any of your flats boats or center consoles. It's not built like a surfboard. It has a top mold, a bottom mold. There is some foam in it as well, but it's not built like a surfboard. Incredibly solid. It's a gel coat finish, so if you do scuff it up or something, just like your boat, buff it out. Get some soft scrub or something and just fix it that way. It's hollow. Weighs about 50 pounds, so definitely not heavy. I made a little, they have a wheel system that actually stays on the board when you're fishing. You just fold the wheels up in the air. They make live wells that go in the back of this thing. Like I said, there's so many accessories. I have wheels that I just strap to it because I'm not really walking far. I'm driving to wherever I'm going and then basically just walking across a parking lot. And I don't really want to have the wheels on here the whole day with me. It's just another thing hanging off the board that I don't need. But I walk it up to the, if there's a ramp, I'll use the wheels to get it all the way down to the sand, and then I take it off the my little cart that I'm using. It's just a regular kayak cart. Take it off that and just drag it down the sand. Or if I go to a beach that has stairs, like today, and again, I'm still new at this. This is really my first day really fishing it. The snook, all I was doing was sitting right off the trough, and I was just antsy to use the board even though I wasn't set up on it yet. But I pulled up today and there's almost always people at the beach. It's a Saturday and there's these 3 people surfing. They were popping their fins in their board and they had a GoPro on it. It was stuck. They couldn't get the bolt or the screw out, the GoPro screw. And they didn't have any tools and I gave them a screwdriver. That way you could actually get a better grip than just a little plastic piece. And I asked them to help me carry. I picked it up. One of us grabbed each end. We just carried it up and down the stairs, and that way I didn't have to drag it. Could definitely do it by myself, but if you get one person on each end of this thing, a lot of times when you're doing this sort of fishing, you got your buddies. So if you each got your own board or kayak or whatever you're using, each of you just help each other out. And I'll tell you what, back's gonna be hurting a lot more from this fish than from carrying the board, because that ain't nothing. Now I got a spinning rod, so I'm not really putting any pressure on my back. Alright, just sucking mud down there. Just sucking mud. I might have to turn my camera off, guys. What I want to do, I'm doing this. Turn my camera off, turn it back on once I get really close. Come on, don't go down. Turn my camera on because I thought he was coming up, and I only had the camera off for a minute, not even. Oh, you're really wearing out my patience. Oh, he's right there. Almost got me on my board. It's all right though. Still got him. Guys, I just touched him. I touched him. It's got chafe on my line. I think it's where that scale's flipped up on his head. I think my line got under that scale. God dang, dude. Every time I get him close and turn the camera on, he digs down. He does not like the YouTube world. Turn it off. Alright guys, I just had my hand on the leader. I think it's time. Let's try to grab him all the way. Nope. Lift the fish board. That's how we do. Right there. Tarpon! Woo! Right here. Lifted Fish Paddleboard by Watersports. Big tarpon. Got my blood everywhere. Scraped up my knee trying to get him on. I don't know if I had bubbles. There he is. Kind of holding him in the water now, trying to get him revived a little bit before we send him on his way. Here he goes. Oh, the tail's kicking! The tail's kicking! Woo! Got no battery left, got a blinking battery light. I am exhausted. And I have to paddle far to get back. But it's so worth it. All right.